Good luck, bitches.
Record is hit. All right. Motherfucker. If this goes off, it's a miracle. Just letting you know. Well, it's labeled Timco, so I know what the fuck it is. Is it playing?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like yesterday, we're at the howl, just to let you know. We're at the howl. I like that. I'm not even like here's the game face until like reach the howl. That's when you really gotta make sure. Let's talk after. Yeah, smile when you're talking.
All right. And welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Detroit Cast. I'm Mike. Jay is here. Eric as well. How's everybody doing?
Great. Glad to be here, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was your evening? Anything exciting?
No. Turn my sprinklers on.
Yeah, you're right. That counts. It's nothing exciting. Very good. Very good. How about you, Eric? Anything fun, exciting?
No, not really.
No?
My dad. And by the way, my dad has not turned his sprinklers on yet, so our sprinklers.
It's looking grim, man. It's looking pretty dry.
Actually, our grass is looking all right due to my good cutting skills.
Nice, nice. Well,
We have a lot to get into today.
we do. It is the Detroit Cast Tuesday edition, and yeah, there's a lot to get into. An update on Tracy Morgan, I suppose, is in order after his nasty car wreck over the weekend. Jonah Hill, NBA news, music royalties, hits close to home. We'll get into that shortly. Also, umpires and how are they doing with their review system. Story on that that's interesting. California Chrome, and more importantly, believe it or not, Chrome himself has not made comment at all.
What?
Even with Coburn going off and blasting everybody for their race techniques and whatnot. But we should probably start in the adult playground of the world, Las Vegas, where unfortunately an ambush goes on. And boy, is this a weird one.
Awful story.
Yeah. This just usually you have like a lone nut who goes off and kills a bunch of people or wants to go down as somebody.
Yeah.
That's
So, okay,
usually-
that dude's brain went haywire, right?
Yeah.
Here we have a couple.
A couple.
A male and a female.
And in the end, because they know they don't want to go on trial, they don't want to deal with the outcome, you would expect that the guy would blow her away in a murder-suicide, kill her, and then, kill himself.
Oh, she handled it.
Flip the script, my man. What? The girl murders him and then takes herself out? What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, it's like natural-born killers.
Totally. And it's just such a weird story all the way around. This couple, these two police officers, imagine this scene. I don't know where they were, Sparrow or something. two guys, cops, sitting there having lunch, and some asshole couple walks up and just shoots him, kills him.
Shoots him in the head.
Yep. Boom. Dead. Incredible.
And they flee to Walmart.
Yeah, then they run off to Walmart. Walmart's having a rough week.
They are.
They really are having a rough week.
They've had several rough weeks. But yeah, this is not a good one.
True, but as far as like headline making, they're making headlines for all the wrong reasons the last couple of days. I wonder if they subscribe to the, well, any press is good press. Or if even Walmart at this point is going, avoid that press altogether.
Lots of death, lots of destruction.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so they killed these cops and then walked into a Walmart, like you said, killed a third person, and then was like,
Probably one of those nice old greeter guys, you know?
yeah, you're probably right. I wonder.
You know, old guy in a blue vest comes out,
Hey,
hey, welcome to Walmart. Bam.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, barely got, how you doing? Out, and boom. And then yeah, honey, I love you so much. Boom. Boom, and then shoot each other. Well, you know, like we said, she shot him and then shot herself. Yeah,
there's a little
it's
bit of
crazy.
exchange, and there was an exchange of gunfire, I think, in the Walmart between cops and them. So they must have
Well,
pulled up to an extent, or wandered around the store for a little bit.
See-
Cops responded, and
right. Well, I got the impression that they were not in Walmart when the initial shots were fired, or were they eating pizza?
no, it was a separate like strip mall deal. I think
Okay.
It's called a CC's Pizza. They walk in, they kill the
Okay.
cops, and then they run across the street.
Well, the
Or-
cop that was shot fired at
Yeah, he
one of
did.
them.
He did get a round off. I think.
Yeah.
But then I think when they were in the Walmart is when additional cops came, and there was some sort of exchange before they
Mm-hmm.
the woman, as you said, ended it.
Yeah, it appears the female suspect shot the male suspect and then took her own life. What precipitated the event? Nobody knows. In a situation like this, do you hope there was a note left somewhere, or do you even care? You just like, whatever, fuck them.
Well, I saw something where a neighbor responded to some news organization, said, yeah, these were pretty way out there, nutty. They had talked about killing cops. I think they screamed, "This is a revolution!" as they shot cops.
They did. Yeah.
But your initial point about there being two of them it's such a strange thing to think that two people could go haywire like that together.
Yeah.
One of them obviously has the deviant thought, right, and then is able to convince
You
the
would
other
think.
one
Unless they
what kind of drugs are going on here, right?
see, everybody points to drugs. Drugs don't make you do that stuff though.
Yeah.
Like drugs get such a bad rap for anything that goes totally nuts haywire.
Right. This is sort of like
I'd be
you could
interested
see
to know.
a moment in time. Oh, we're under the influence of something. We're going to do something, but this seems to have been kind of a leading up deal. So
This seems way beyond
yeah,
drugs.
yeah.
It seems like I'd be interested to know where they met.
Yeah.
Like if they met at some nut jobs online.
I heard something like white supremacist type.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Which would make sense. Would totally make sense. We don't know what precipitated it. My officers were simply having lunch. The spree that left 5 people dead began around 11:30 a.m. When they walked into this restaurant. Just shot a couple officers. Yeah, why not? And that's, as you said, one of the suspects. Now, you would think they would know which one of the suspects. I mean, there is a girl and a guy. One of them yelled, "This is a revolution!" Nice revolution, taking 3 people out. Ooh, real badass when you get 3 people out. Nobody knows you're coming. Nobody's standing there, and you only take 3 out. Nice revolution,
Even
asshole.
Big Lips did more than that, right?
Yeah,
He got 6.
exactly. And he's a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of pussies are these people? They're trying to make a statement. They
There's
they
2
take
of you.
3.
There's 2 of you.
Yeah, 2 of you. Exactly. There's 2 of you. You should have been able to do a lot more damage. Shows what pussies they really were. This is a revolution. Spell it. Yeah, they fled the Walmart across the street where they shot a person inside. And now I want to
It's a
know which
greeter.
one it was. Was it the greeter?
I guarantee it's Howard. Howard the greeter. He's
Yeah.
retired. He likes people,
Oh,
right? I'm a people
Howard.
person. I don't want to sit at home.
Yeah.
I want to be out there.
Do you feel bad for that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Me too, man. It's like, really?
Yeah.
You know this guy worked his ass off. Was probably an engineer at one of the big 3 for years and years and years.
And now he just couldn't.
It's like, really, Howard, you got to do that. God, that sucks. Because that could be us, dude. That'll be me one day.
That will be.
Yeah, I used to be on a radio show. You ever hear of the Detroit cast? You ever hear of it? No? Anyway. Well, enjoy your stay here at Walmart. Let me know. There's a special on Kleenex on 3 over there. Ugh.
Especially,
God,
and not just the customers, but the old man, like you said, somebody who knows what he really did in his life, and then he's got managers that are half his age and yelling him around,
Yeah, pushing him
right.
around. Harold, over here.
Yeah.
Where
are you, stupid, Howard? Come on. Go get the carts.
Come on, Howard. These carts aren't going to round themselves up. Jeez, Howard. Fucking idiot. Jesus. He's just like, he was probably the shit where he worked for years and years and years. Now he's getting pushed around by some dolt at a Walgreens.
Some guy named Dean.
Yeah. Dean, assistant manager. See what that says? See what that says, Walt? It says assistant manager.
I was going to say shift leader. That's always a big deal.
Shift leader.
And the
shift leader. There's a picture of Dean, like a half a smirk smile on his face with like a wannabe mohawk sitting there, thinks he's fucking hot shit. When you first walk in the store, it's like you're a
framed picture
manager for this.
Oh my God.
Tammy Swanson, store manager.
Oh, God, it's so
Dean Schultz.
Dean Mahalski.
I don't know if you're saying real names that you guys had in the past or something, but it's so dead on though. That's how all those jobs.
You walk in, there's Dean Mahalski, half blurry, like his ears cut off, and he's just like, kind of smile, like, yeah, what's going on? Shift manager today. Harold, those carts ain't gonna get themselves rounded up.
I didn't get it.
Short sleeve dress shirt with a blue smock.
God. It's just so true.
Oh my God, that's
all of those jobs are like that. The guys that make it up the shift leader, and they think they're like the shit, and they're like 28, 29, but they're.
It's like me and Walters at the hardware store, man.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, we were wearing blue.
But you knew you hated it. Like it wasn't. You weren't treating it.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. We knew we were not the shit. In fact, we got way more accomplished, like having salt fights in the back warehouse, just salt pellets thrown at each other and stuff. But yeah, we didn't think we were like Dean. Dean Mahalski thinks he's hot shit. He thinks he's arrived and he's gonna shove people like Harold around, and it's wrong. Howard, I'm sorry. See, I respect you, Howard. I wonder what the male suspect yelled out when they got into this. When they walked into Dean's location, at the Walmart there. Everyone get out! Before the shooting began. Why would they yell that? Everybody get out!
Yeah, if they're a revolution.
Yeah. Then they walked to the back of the store. Employees and Walmart employees and shoppers were taken to a nearby clothing store to be interviewed by police. But yeah, why would they yell, everybody get out? But then they walked in the back and killed themselves. Maybe that's why they wanted everybody out.
Who knows?
People didn't piss on them.
Yeah.
Like I would have done. Yeah, what is wrong with people?
Every day, man. Every day there's a story like this, it seems like.
I know, it does.
The other night, that Seattle shooting, it's just...
Yeah, just 3 more. 3 more here, 3 more. It's every day. One thing's for sure in the papers. There's 3 more senseless murders on some place you'd never expect it in a million years. Mm-hmm. And Boko Haram is going to kill a couple hundred more people. That's just count on it. Open the paper every day. Good luck, Jonathan's getting close, but he hasn't finished it.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, more bullshit in the world going on. Wonderful, huh? California Chrome. Bummer, he lost. In case you guys didn't know, California Chrome lost. And have you seen any more follow-up audio since Coburn went off?
I haven't heard the audio, but I've seen follow-up. He's not backing down. He says, I was heat of the moment, but I still believe in it. I think everybody ought to run.
Hell no, I'm not backing down. I'm not changing my blah, blah, blah. Right? That's all he said.
Yeah.
He had that fiery response at first, said it's wrong that horses are allowed to run in the Belmont, even if they don't run in the previous 2 legs of the Triple Crown. Coburn will probably look back on his reaction and wish he'd responded different. Okay, these are some other people talking about it.
Did you see what the trainer said? The trainer was not supportive of this view. He said, he sort of
Yes.
political about it, but the trainer knows that he needs more clients. That Coburn isn't his only client. And,
Right.
there are others who believe differently. So he was very, kind of down the middle. Hey, this is how it's always been, and I'm not saying it needs to change.
Right.
And that's the point, right? It's always been like this. So this guy's bringing this up. It's completely sour grapes at this point.
Yes, it is, but I respected the fact. The only thing I wish he would have done different is bitched about it beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been so easy.
Yeah.
That way, if you lose, people can go, well, he was saying it all along.
Yeah. At least point it out. Like,
Point it
hey,
out, yes.
fellas, this is remarkable. I'm going for the Triple Crown here, but
hope I can get it done.
We ought to think about in the future changing this because this is what we're up against.
Yeah. It seems really unfair. Yeah. It's real. I don't believe in it in any way. Obviously, grateful as can be to be in this position. However, and my guy's going to win because I believe in him and all that. However, it's bullshit. It should be looked at because this is wrong. I think it would have gone way further in his argument, right?
Yeah, because now it just looks like he's sour.
Sour grapes. In fact, unfortunately, I hate to bring you this bad news, but guess who's backpedaling now?
Who?
And taking backtracking. Mr. No, hell no. I feel the same way. This is bullshit. Him. Coburn
really
is apologizing now for those comments.
Okay. Somebody sat him down and said.
That's what I was going to ask you. The machine somehow got their way to him. I did not see this one coming. Why would he apologize? Why? But you don't believe me? Check it out. I was pissed when I saw this.
So he's actually going to say, I'm sorry. He's going to apologize here. He's not just going to say, hey, look, I've thought about this, and it's always been this way, so I get it. He's actually going to say, I'm sorry.
Deeply.
Wow.
Deeply sorry.
Wilford Brimley.
Guys. What is playing?
Is that?
Did you guys hear music?
Yeah. Wonder if that was on the TV.
Find out where that's playing from, dude. I don't know where that's playing from.
Yeah.
If you can, unless it was on the.
That might have been.
It might have been. Okay. Never mind. Don't click a bunch of shit then.
Right. No, I think that might have been on the TV. It's definitely
Oh my gosh!
God! No, you don't. Son of a bitch. Brian's song? Can you get Brian's song?
Yeah. You want to do it or
on your computer and plug it in? Ugh.
This is an epidemic, man.
I know. All the horse racing in the world.
In the world.
Apology accepted.
Mm-hmm. Is it plugged in there?
Just a second.
Can I find Brian's song, theme song?
Yeah, just moving. What the fuck?
It's too late.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Fuck.
It'd be awesome if she had a black eye this morning. Look at how somber. Even the interviewer is so somber, as if this is an actual apology.
The horse felt so bad after.
Yeah. Fake! 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 No, wait a minute. He's a coward, though, right? No, you don't.
It's
crying.
It's crying.
He's crying.
Quivering chin. Quivering chin.
What?
Oh, boy.
Dude, I mean, seriously.
It did not warrant any sort of apology. The guy had a view on what the system was, and he spoke his mind. Like, stop it.
You're right. You're exactly right, Jay. Like, he's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah.
There's actually a few of us who understood it, and we're like, yeah, that is kind of shitty.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, that is kind of, especially knowing that that's the reason they sat their horses out, was to rest up, to take a shot at that. It does seem like an unfair advantage.
But that's been the system all along, and if that's his view about it, so be it. You don't have to go on. What is this? Good Morning America? Oh my God.
Good Morning America. Crying. How many apologies did he make there?
He apologized
like
to horse racing all over the world.
Yeah, people all over the world.
Yeah. He made it
humiliated. I wonder what happened though. This is today's paper. He was irked. Belmont winner Tonalist didn't run in either of the first two legs of the Triple Crown. After the race, he complained, "That's the coward's way out," by skipping the Derby and/or Preakness. A day later, he was unrepentant. It's not fair to these horses that are running to entertain these people in all three legs of the Triple Crown. It's not fair to them to have somebody just show up at the last minute and run. I may have gone off half-cocked yesterday, but that's the way I feel. Sherman thought Coburn would apologize, as you mentioned. Instead, he went even further on the Sunday. It wouldn't be fair if I played basketball with a child in a wheelchair, because I got an unfair advantage. If your horse is good enough to run in the Belmont, where was he in the Kentucky Derby and Preakness? It says Triple Crown, not 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3, or 2 out of 3. So what happened between then and like a few hours later? It's like, I need to apologize.
This is his only horse, right? The whole backstory behind this guy and his partner, they took a flyer on one horse.
Yes.
You know, they were like, hey, you know, there's this mare, and if we have this certain horse, bang it, you know, we're gonna buy the colt and go with it. You know, it costs 10 or 12 grand, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna try it. And they took a flyer on it, and the horse did well, and so here he is in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And, it's just.
That's kind of
the dude is clearly ignorant on how the system was. He spoke his view about it, but where are we now? This is just
he should have known. I mean, it's not like he figured out what the system was on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
By the way,
Sherman, the trainer?
Sherman says this. You know, Sherman probably sat down with him and had a bit of a talk. He said, "Horses aren't cowards and people aren't cowards." He was at the heat of the moment. Don't forget, he's a fairly new owner. Sometimes your emotions get in front of you. He hasn't been in the game long and hasn't had any bad luck. So maybe he had a little perspective, step back and say,
I think, I don't know for sure, I think possibly alcohol may have been a factor. Just saying.
Some mint juleps.
Exactly. A few mint juleps, tipping him back a little bit.
Realized he disrespected his wife a little bit on national TV.
But
he did it on Sunday too, though.
I know.
That's the thing.
Maybe he was hammered the whole time. Sunday. Kept the mint juleps rolling.
Kind of depression drinking.
Eric, the floor is yours. What were you going to say?
Oh, that was it. That was just what I was going to say.
I thought you were reading something.
Oh, no. Sorry. I'm sorry if I gave you an impression I was working.
You know, there's a few listeners who chimed in here and were, I think, in
part
troubled by our ignorance again on this subject of thoroughbred racing.
They do know we're half playing, right? They do realize that.
I think it drives Susan crazy. Susan wrote in before.
Susan's always been batshit.
Susan always overvalues that little fidget that they put on the back of the horse. You know, that little guy.
Oh, the wee guy they staple on there. Yeah.
She overvalues him. She says,
Jesus.
She says, again, you boys are driving me apeshit. The jockey, I think that's what they call the fidget,
Oh yeah, the plastic figurines on your lawn.
Yes, the jockey
Yeah, I've seen those.
has a huge workout up there. If he needs a nasal strip for more air too, it's totally valid. Remember we talked about the fact that the little fellow was wearing a Breathe Right.
Well, maybe when he's jogging from the stable to get before they staple him on the horse. But once he's on the horse, you would figure he would take that thing off. I mean, at that point, again, his feet never touch the ground.
It takes a lot of effort to climb up the ladder to get on the horse.
Maybe I thought there was someone that would pick him up like a big boy, set him up there, right? Isn't that usually how they do it?
She says their wee little asses don't touch the saddle the whole race. She says these little fellows are all muscle, skin, bone, and muscle. They could kick your pasty asses.
Oh, mine perhaps, Jay.
Can you imagine?
You and one of those
it'd be like
going at it.
Yeah, it'd be like the angry fidget in Elf. Remember that? When Will Ferrell got
I never saw that movie.
Yeah, he pissed off this executive who happened to be an actual dwarf, and so Elf is in there, and just real quick, I just set it up. The dude is a real elf, right?
Yeah.
Will Ferrell's a real elf, and so he's sitting there and he sees a dwarf, and he's like, "Oh, hey, you're an elf too." He starts calling the little guy an elf, and he goes crazy. And he goes running across the boardroom table and tackles Will Ferrell. So that's what I'm picturing, a little fidget.
What are those things? Are they? I mean, I know they're human, but are they
humanoid?
Yeah, partially, anyways. Are they the wee guys I'm talking? Are they? What level of human are they? Are they midgety humans? Or
they were born to other humans. It's not like they're mud puppies.
They were.
Yeah, they were mud puppies.
For sure.
Crawl out of a little, like swamp thing.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now, do they get to ride roller coasters?
I don't think so.
No.
But they can, I guess, gallop around on horses.
But are those things considered like it's hard sometimes. Are they those things considered like in the midget world, or would midgets go, hey, they're not one of us? Get out of here.
Yeah.
The wees, are they?
I think it's actually a medical diagnosis like dwarfism or midgetry.
But see, they don't look like they have the midgetisms about them.
They just look like they look like little Oompa Loompa guys, like that they've been bred that way or something.
See, these guys look more human. They look less.
Just like they went in a shrinking machine.
Right. Like they took one of us and just shrunk it down the line. Yeah. Like Victor, if you didn't know any better, it's got to be amazing because when you see like them being interviewed.
Yeah, he's in framed by himself. Normal little guy. In a purple suit with a green bow tie.
Yeah,
that's
and
normal.
a cute hat.
Cute hat and Breathe Right.
Giant Breathe Right.
Yeah.
These things are huge on their tiny wee noses.
But then they put an interviewer in there.
It's freaky looking. Let me see if I can find it, or maybe Eric, you could do it. I was laughing so hard. Josh Elliott. Do you know Josh Elliott? Who's kind of a big dude. Like Costas is a little wee himself.
You're talking about, yeah.
Josh Elliott looks absolutely hilarious interviewing these guys because.
Oh, we were talking. Jay, we were talking about that yesterday. Remember? Because the guy was holding the microphone way down.
Yeah.
Maybe Eric can help me find it, but he's just going to sit on his fucking ass.
Here.
You're supposed to just react, Eric. React. Come on.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
The problem is it's all interviews. There's not like a game here in this 3-hour broadcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys saw it, though. But it's funny, though.
Yeah, speaking of that, though, we have a follow-up on our discussion on what the hell goes on in the lead-up to this race.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we were saying, what are all these people doing in the grandstand?
Yeah. Drinking mint juleps.
Yeah,
right?
This dude, Mike, writes in, and he says, I've never been to the Belmont, but I have been to the Kentucky Derby twice. It's very much an all-day event. The Derby race is the 8th or 10th race of the day. Unlike Northville or Hazel Park that run races every 20 minutes, races that day run every hour. Between races, all you do is drink mint juleps and beer. The infield is not pocket watches and big hats. It's a big frat-like party.
Yeah.
Both years I barely made it until the big race. Mint juleps will put you down for the count if you're not careful. Have a great day.
Really?
So yeah, that would be unfortunate. Go there, go see a big race, and then you're almost down for the count. Right before the minute and a half.
Well, it sounds almost like boxing.
Yeah,
where you just got a big undercard with all the other fights. And it always turns into the best ones by far are the chick fights.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought? Yeah. So anyway, I gotta say I was disappointed seeing him backtrack like that with the
That's
apology,
bizarre.
man. I did not see that coming.
No, not at all, man.
I just
It's
didn't.
really an epidemic. That's so strange. There's no reason for it.
It's just
Maybe a quick apology to the owner of Tonalist and say, hey, look,
yeah.
I was heat of the moment, and
Yeah.
they did a great job. Congratulations. I shouldn't have said you were a coward. Boom.
For if I did anything to take away from your moment, it was your moment there, and I made it about me, and for that I apologize.
Yeah.
Fine, but he apologized.
To
If
the
we
whole
went and
world.
counted, there were probably 15 apologies maybe in there. Look at that. Is that adorable?
It is
That is
adorable.
hilarious. We're looking at maybe you can turn the camera around. Let me see the remote and flip the camera around for those watching on YouTube.
Can you see it on there? Let me get down here. I
Get
got
up, Eric. You can do it.
there we go.
Lord. This is so not worth it.
There we go, right?
He's a good 1.5 feet.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I know.
Most people probably saw it anyways. Yeah, he's got to be 2 feet taller than him at least. I think
Yeah.
Josh Elliott's a big dude. I think he's a pretty big guy. But still, being in there, it's got to make you feel like a giant, though, just walking around that place. Because everywhere you look, there's like X-Riders or,
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that, but it seemed like everywhere you went, there was like people and then like 3 foot shorter people.
According to this, jockeys it does say they're typically shorter, and it says around 4'10" to 5'6".
Oh, I've never seen a jockey this tall as
5'6".
size.
That's so, but
nowhere.
so probably more like 4'10" or
5'6". It'd be like that cartoon horse with the saddle that
Yeah.
sloops way down.
but even
5'6"
5'6"
guy.
would be almost 6 inches shorter than me, or 8 inches shorter than me. That's like so 5'6" is pretty short.
Though.
I'm just saying. So I'm probably more like 4'10".
I just like that there's a profession out there that I'm just too tall for. I personally am just too tall. They wouldn't want me.
Barely.
But I am.
Yeah.
I am too tall for it. Barely or not, I still qualify as way too tall. I'm just too tall.
The
I mean,
horses would be pissed if you said
they would, and they wouldn't expect me into their club.
No.
Like they wouldn't want anything to do with me. I'm just too tall, and I like that.
I'll tell you what, though, this whole thing has me more interested in racing. It really does. I'm going to pay way
Really?
more attention next year. Yeah.
Why?
I really enjoyed watching those races, man. It's exciting as hell.
Yeah, it is. It's just boom, boom, it's over.
Yeah.
And it as long as
DVR solves that, right?
true. I don't think you'll care in the least though if it's not going for the Triple Crown. Like that's what makes it
Yeah, that
interesting.
made
and
it
fun.
huge, yeah.
If you lose one of those races, Belmont, whatever. Belmont, Schmelmont.
And as you said yesterday, it's even better that he didn't win it because now the streak goes on. So we'll be watching next year to see if it can happen.
That is, yeah. And I think if someone finally hit the Triple Crown, it wouldn't. I don't even know if the next year I would care as much. I guess once it finally happens,
Yeah.
it's not going to be. Once someone finally does it, it'll take the
you're
allure
right.
out of it.
You're right. It's there's no doubt, and it looked like it happened a lot in was it the 30s or 40s? It seemed like when they were showing they've got like I don't know, plaques or something around the Belmont, for affirmed, and was it Warren? I don't know, whoever the ones that have won it through the years. And I thought there was like a stretch in either the 30s or 40s where like 3 out of 5 years it was a Triple Crown winner.
It's probably the science has gotten so good that everybody's more on an even playing field. Everybody has top
Well,
trainers,
and that's-
everybody has
yeah.
the top feed.
True.
All that shit.
True.
Everybody has a great little wee guy to stable on.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they're probably just like everything. There probably weren't people that were able to spend as much money back then. Now you got a lot more money in it. If you have more money, there's going to be better competition. Probably wasn't.
Well, they
It's always been the sport of kings, Aaron.
I know. Well, thank you.
They did wager. It didn't affect the betting though.
It was like 19
There you go.
million or something, right?
Yeah, there was more spent.
19
Betting.
million at track, I think I read.
Really. And
Yeah.
then like 150 million off track.
Yeah, good memory. The New York Racing Association said it had a record betting at the track, 19.1 million, and off the track, 150.2 million.
Yeah. A lot
So
of money. I would have. Actually, that seems kind of low to me for some reason. I guess we're just so used to hearing like Super Bowl numbers, betting numbers. Not that that's not a lot of money, but Yeah, I guess I'm kind of more interested in it myself, Jay. I'm with you.
You are right, by the way. From 1930 to like say 1940, there was one in 1930, 1935, 1937, 1941, and 1943.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. Thank you, Eric. However, in 3 months' time, none of us will remember even California Chrome's name, just for the record.
We'll remember Chrome and the Alfred Brimley-looking guy.
Yeah, I won't even remember that.
Yeah.
You probably will. I won't even remember that. I know that about myself. California Chrome is a name. In 3 months, if I ask you guys, guarantee nobody remembers it. The Super Bowl. You excited for the Super Bowl? Huh?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of betting.
Yeah, speaking of betting, right. And I haven't even read this. This is a story you gave me, Jay, so I'm kind of blind on this one. I'll be totally honest.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's something from Minneapolis has the 2018 Super Bowl.
Okay, the Niners have their new stadium has it this year, I believe, right? Yeah, it was in the Jets' place last year. Niners' new place in Santa Clara this coming year, and then the year after them.
2017, I don't know who it would be. But anyway, Minneapolis has it 2018.
Okay.
And the reason they're mentioned here is the Minneapolis Star-Tribune got its hands on a 153-page list of requests and demands by the NFL concerning the host.
They're out of control. The NFL is absolutely out of control with their demands of a city.
Yeah, they bend you over. And
they do.
I guess, you get to say, hey, we're hosting the Super Bowl, and that's great for, attracting business and so forth before and after, probably, to brag about it.
What they tell you.
Yeah.
And they are really secretive about giving up numbers as to actually what it generates. Okay. And I think that number is much, much lower than the hundreds of millions they act like, is brought to a city because of the Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's apparently a ton in this 153-page list where the phrase "no cost to the NFL" is found. There's 150 times where they list things. Boom, boom, boom. We need this, this, and this. No cost to the NFL.
Wow.
So that the city ends up having to pick up a ton of it.
Assholes.
Yeah.
How much money they make?
I know. Everything from demands for local officers for anti-counterfeit enforcement teams.
For tickets?
Yeah, to police escorts for team owners. To the number of parking spaces that need to be available.
Hotels? They take up every hotel in town.
20 free billboards in NFL designated areas.
20 free billboards?
Right. They want 3 top quality golf courses for NFL Foundation stuff that goes on during the week. Oh,
for their charity stuff? Right. So they need free golf courses for their charity stuff?
They want 2 top quality bowling venues for the same charity stuff. If cellular service isn't adequate in the team hotels, the hotels must put up a portable cell tower.
Are you kidding me?
No. So just all these demands.
Who do they think? Seriously, they know they're the kings, and nobody's going to call them on it. What in the hell would the NFL need billboards for? Is anybody ever driven by in the host city? By the way, has anybody ever driven by one of those billboards and went, "No shit, I didn't know the Super Bowl was coming to town."
I watched that this year.
Wow.
You don't
say. It's here in our backyard. When is it? When did that say? Oh, it's on the 2nd of February. Awesome. I'm going to check that out this year. Thank God for that billboard. I mean, seriously, who is that supposed to be for?
Who knows? Maybe it's more charity stuff, more foundation.
Oh, it sounds like an utter waste of money.
I thought
expensive to put a billboard up. They're not cheap.
I also liked in there the idea that it had the hotels had to have the NFL Network provided for the 12 months leading up to the Super Bowl. Like same thing as if you're staying in a hotel 8 months before the Super Bowl, they have to have the NFL Network available. I guess so people at that hotel
get fined for it. Okay, I like this NFL thing.
Wait, what do you mean the NFL Network?
The NFL Network has to be provided in the hotels in the host city.
Like even the channel?
Yes. 12 months before the Super Bowl.
So that you can prime the consumer.
Like the
idea of the league and the Super Bowl.
As if, what's this NFL about? Like it's got a whole network.
I wonder if that'll be one of those where when you turn on the hotel TV, it's the channel that pops up. I remember getting driven nuts one year. Fellhauer and I were down in New Orleans for a morning show thing, and we were a couple hours early, so the guys are having fun. Drew would call us, and at 6 in the morning when they were on the air, just to fuck with us because it was 4 in the morning where we were. And
you just stumbled in.
Yeah, exactly. We'd be partying. It was the trip when we were. Tom May was running around. His, bathrobe, drunk as shit, all through New Orleans. It was a lot of fun. But I remember there was a video that they ran in that hotel of all the different morning shows, and Art Volo, radio's best friend, if you've ever heard the term, radio's best friend, Art Volo. Art goes and he films all these shows, and he puts together this I don't know, montage, yeah, 10 minutes of each show, and they're just cornball central, corniest shows ever. But I remember it, man. It was on every time you turn on your TV. It was in the middle of that damn video, and you couldn't get away from it, and it ran on a loop the whole time. It was like, I know I didn't have this stupid channel. So my point is, I wonder if they'll have that where, how sometimes it pulls up with the hotel concierge service or whatever.
Yeah. I
wonder if that'll have to be on the NFL network.
Well, it's all supply and demand, right? If cities say, I'm not interested in doing that, that's too many demands, then they don't get as much. But until cities stop bending over, well, the NFL will take it.
You see the great lengths people go to impress the all godly NFL to even get a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're willing to do anything. But these cities are starting to figure out that
it's not as economically great as they advertise.
Yeah, it doesn't work out in our favor like they've led us to believe. There's been, I can't remember, I wish I could remember the details of it, but there was a story around the Super Bowl time that broke it down over the past few years and was like, this is bullshit that they want you to believe that this is generating some sort of commerce and something for the town. Yeah, where did these people come to town, spend their money, and get the hell out of Dodge? They don't sightsee in your little stupid city. They don't, it's very...
the taxes, the infrastructure too, the police.
Well, and if you remember, didn't it say that too? Because we talked about that on here. I remember talking about it when you had that article. Didn't it also say even though it says, well, all the hotels fill up, but they're already filled up in the sense that the NFL comes in, and then it's things, and then it says at your expense these things must happen. So it's not really tourists are coming in and getting hotel rooms. It's the NFL's coming in, and a lot of times they're making you pay for them because it's for the NFL, and you have to have them.
And on top of that, now there's no hotel rooms for actual paying visitors who might come to town.
Exactly.
Unrelated to the Super Bowl. There's no place for them to stay, so you're losing out on that money. It's a big scam and game, no doubt about it. But
we're done with that damn NFL.
Yeah, right? It's over. You gave up on them long ago, Jay. You were smart.
Just the line.
You were the right one. Well, why don't we take a quick time out and let me reset my stuff here, and then we'll come back and we should check on Tracy Morgan, see how he's doing. And I thought this was interesting too, Jay. You were talking about this music royalties.
Yeah, that's real interesting.
Yeah, why don't we get into that as well? We'll do that coming up next on the Detroit Cast.
No. Oh, yeah. Get it?
Yeah.
Pull on my dick, bitches.
That's on the what's wrong with it?
I know.
I know.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Ooh, you know what's coming up this weekend, Jay? The big MIS NASCAR race. I know you're excited.
Watch for crashes.
I'm gonna go watch. Hopefully, someone crashes.
You admit it.
No.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
You son
You tried to melt him, didn't you, you son of a bitch?
Thanks, I remember.
Yeah, Jay.
No, just wanted to you guys are in there.
That's what's done. Yeah, put that on there.
Sorry, guys. Was there other email, Jay?
Two quick ones, but
Okay.
I mean, there's that one idea here, remember? And then I'll leave these here.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast, Tuesday edition of the show with Mike and Jay and Eric. And yeah, I thought this was interesting. We got a few things to get to here. The music royalties we'll get into in just a minute here, Jay. But I thought, what do you think? How do you think the new review system is going in Major League Baseball? Any idea?
Just me personally, I think it's a good thing. I've seen a few that it was nice to have the review. You know?
Yeah.
It's nice to see. I like the reviews at second base on steals, because so many of the times they'd just be called safe because they beat the throw.
Yeah.
Basically, your body is in the vicinity, but a lot of times you don't see that the tag actually didn't get in or got in, whatever the case may be. But it's nice to see those careful looks at that, because that was always one that irked me. Like, dude, he didn't. No, he's not.
Yeah.
They actually got him, or he slid over and they got him.
That happened a couple of nights ago. It's funny you say that, because in the Tiger game, I think it was Rajai Davis was stealing second.
With his oven mitt?
Yeah, but no, it was Austin. It was Jackson, I think, and they called him out, and it was like, oh, and the Tigers didn't challenge it.
Just because the throw beat him?
Yeah, it was one of those bang bang plays, and they're, oh, we're gonna do it, and I was like, come on, challenge it. What do you have to lose? And they ended up calling him out, and he probably would have been safe. So I don't know why the Tigers. I think that's the play, but it's amazing how many of those bang bang plays. First off, how really close they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ball's in the mitt, but it hasn't hit the webbing in the back of the mitt.
Yeah.
That's when it technically counts, not when the mitt closes around the ball, but when it hits the back webbing. But it's remarkable how close those plays are and how good they are. But some umps are better than others. Let's just say that. Jim Joyce, old Jim Joyce, right?
I'll remember him.
Yeah, everybody remembers him for the worst call ever. Armando Galarraga's obvious perfect game. Perfect game. Not even just a no-hitter. A perfect game. Call screwed up.
It was such an easy call.
Oh, it was such an easy call. 2 steps. It still pisses me off. But he calls himself the poster boy for replay. His infamous call really rushed that system that they got into play. Well, Joyce, he's only been in 18 games this year for health reasons, but he hasn't had a call overturned yet.
Wow.
Yeah, this season in 18 games. There are 6 other umps who, through 40 games, have not had a call overturned. On the flip side, though, rookie Seth Buckminster, this guy can't get shit right.
Buckminster?
Yeah, Buckminster's got to go. Buck, come on. Cut it out, Rook. And 16-year vet Doug Eddings. They've been reversed a major league high 7 times through June 1st.
Yeah, boy.
I would like to be that guy. Doug Eddings and rookie Seth Buckminster. Come on, Buck.
Then it sucked to be a rookie the year
Wait a
that
minute.
they implement this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like before, it'd be like, you know, hey, that's my call. You know, bang, bang, play. That's my call. Now it's like, no, let's look at this real close. You're wrong, dude.
7 times since June 1st?
No, through June 1st.
Oh.
Since June 1st. I did 3 days. I didn't know they had that many challenges.
Wow. No,
Yeah,
that's
that
still a
would be
lot.
really
Though. That's still a lot, though. 7 is still a lot.
It is. When you think of you just don't, was it on the line? Was it not? How many bang plays are there? Well, there are quite a bit, but to be wrong 7 times?
Maybe a different career.
Yeah, clearly Buck ain't seeing shit out there.
God, do you think after that, when I wonder what the rules, like, I wonder if they have, like, if they're going to eventually have some sort of situation where, like, 7 wrong already, maybe go down to the minors for a little bit or something.
Yeah, some kind of review system.
Yeah.
And you're not cutting it.
Well, they do have they do mention the top and bottom. Unfortunately, the Tigers aren't on this list as far as best or worst for the challenge flags. Mike Redmond of the Marlins is 83%. He's 10 for 12 on those calls. Freddie Gonzalez from the Braves, manager, 8 for 12, 67%. Bruce Bochy of the Giants, 8 for 12. Joe Girardi of the Yankees, 9 for 14, 64%. The league's worst, one of the worst, Kirk Gibson.
Yeah, boy.
With the Diamondbacks, 4 for 12, 33%.
Is that just because of an emotional reaction without looking closely at the video? Do you know what I mean? Because they have the video capability down there, right? And I know they have to do it quickly.
They do, and they've got every team has a spotter that's watching and making that call. Like when the play I was talking about a second ago, they were waiting. You know, they're all looking at their guy who's on the phone, and he's just giving the thumbs down. In other words, their guy is watching the monitor. Whether he's in town or not, I don't know.
So they have a shitty spotter.
Yeah. It sounds like some teams are worse than others with their spotter, obviously. Terry Francona, 4 for 12. Brian Price of the Reds, 3 for 9, 33%. Anyway, it's needed more than I thought it was. I didn't realize how many calls were blown in baseball, as there really are.
Yeah, we all know balls and strikes, but they'll never review those.
Yeah.
But, all right, well, here we have another baseball stat to follow.
Yeah.
That's what we needed.
Yeah, more stats in a sport. Only stats. It's all stats in baseball. You're right, dude. Well, how's Tracy Morgan doing?
He's doing better. The reports today have been that, first off, it was bullshit. TMZ reported that the rumors that he's going to have an amputation are bullshit. Oh,
I hadn't heard that.
He broke his femur.
Yeah. Did he break the femur?
I thought that's what was reported.
Oh, yeah. I had said that. Are they saying that?
No, he did, but
he did.
I think there were people jumping the gun saying he's going to have an amputation, just trying to make it more dramatic than it is, I guess. But he's remained in critical, but he's shown signs of improvement. He's been more responsive, which is an incredibly encouraging sign, they say, of course.
If you're talking, I think we're off the critical list at that point, right? One person's opinion.
Here's a little nugget about the truck driver. You know, you mentioned Walmart having a tough week. The 2 killers going in there and deciding to kill themselves in the Walmart. Well, the truck being driven that nailed Tracy Morgan's limo was a Walmart truck.
Right.
And you have the driver of the 18-wheeler, Kevin Roper, who tweeted prior. This is just an old tweet. It says, "Trying to win more than lose, driving trucks for a living. It's my road. Move or get hit. Hashtag Walmart."
God, what a dolt! It's a funny tweet until you fucking blast into someone from behind.
Yeah.
And
Move or get hit.
Yeah.
But you know, it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but the dude, I guess what happened was he was sleeping. He dozed off, right? And the report is that he was going 24 hours straight, which probably doesn't surprise a lot of people who are out there driving and stuff. There's probably guys pulling that quite a bit. Obviously, there's
24 hours straight. Oh,
obviously there's regulations and stuff, but bosses are pushing you. You know, people are personally pushing themselves so they can make more money. You know, the more time you're on the road, the more
your turnaround. That's where the money is.
Yeah.
When those guys are going cross country, they get paid based on how much pickup and delivery. That's
exactly.
it. So
if you can fit 2 more in every month, there's
a lot
more
more
cash. But I think
No
it's
doubt.
pretty pedestrian type numbers if you really follow them. Like you're supposed to drive 8 hours and then take an 8-hour break or something. That's really no way.
Yeah.
No way.
trying to make enough money to raise your family. There's nobody that's going to do that.
So there's going to be all sorts of, I'm sure, lawsuits coming out of this saying, oh, Walmart knew and this and that, and they're pushing their drivers. I'm sure that'll be the
Yeah, you're probably
from that.
right. Yeah, interesting. Well, it's good to see Tracy is doing okay. It sounds like that was the guy that died was a really good friend of his, mentor, and just a bummer. And I hear nothing but really good things about the other guys that were injured as well. The who was the other comedian? There are a couple of them. They're actually all comedians. What's his name? Give me a second. Akai or something.
I was going to say Bob, Jeff.
No.
Paul.
No. Anyway,
Akai.
Akai. Yeah, he's another one of these. It's like Azir Akai or something.
Azir Akeem.
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 Yeah, Akeem.
Akeem.
Azir Akeem.
God.
No, but that guy is supposed to be really fucking funny. Really funny. And I don't know if he opens for Tracy, but really well liked guy in that whole New York comedy world.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just a terrible story. And hopefully Tracy doesn't lose his leg. Can you imagine? That would suck. Well, we should talk about this story that you seemed interested in, Jay, that I had pulled out earlier about these royalties.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, this website is offering people to buy, the band they mentioned here is Three Doors Down. If you're a Three Doors Down fan, you can buy percentage points, royalty points, for their publishing.
Yeah, they offer a platform for like the producers or the artists to put up their ownership, right? And
Yeah.
you can go ahead and bid on it and buy that and have that going into the future. Like you can have a piece of a catalog. It's kind of wild, man.
Yeah, it's funny when I started to read this article. Here's it's in USA Today, Monday's USA Today. If you're a Three Doors Down fan and an accredited investor, you might be intrigued by a new investment vehicle that lets you own royalties from the band's popular songs. Just last week, the producer put up for auction his royalty rights to 11 tracks, starting at $5,400 a share. You can own a portion of that portfolio and receive royalty revenue monthly for the next 35 years.
Hold for 1 minute. I think I just saw your mom go by.
That is not my mom.
God,
I have
That's ridiculous. Making your mom cut the grass?
My mom is not cutting the
It
grass.
reminds me,
Cut the grass.
an emailer actually asked that last week.
About whether that was my mom mowing the lawn.
The lawnmower in the background. Is that your mom mowing your lawn too?
I know some other smart ass wrote me too. And, hey, Father's Day is coming up. Father's Day is coming up. You can have your dad over there doing some shit around the house as well.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if it was your mom? Like we were sitting here doing a radio show, and your mom was
Hey, Mom.
It's this massive industrial mower going by.
Yeah, that's Max.
Yeah,
Hi,
she's
Max.
Yeah.
It's so funny if you watch her, she'll be talking to herself.
Oh yeah.
She's going by, yeah, she's like singing along with her Walkman. It's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten caught doing that before.
What?
Singing.
Yeah, that's shocking.
With the
I would have
lawnmower.
never guessed. So anyway, yeah, these guys are selling like royalty portions, and the thought is that for years and years, you can, when the band gets money, their royalty check, you get whatever your portion is, right?
That'd be really cool, man.
It would be cool.
It'd be a neat thing to watch and to try to build instead of just a boring old stock.
Right.
And having your your investment tied to the market.
Right.
It's just tied to something completely different and creative and interesting.
The guy that started this, his name is Sean Peace, okay, and of Royalty Exchange. He's the CEO and co-founder, Sean Peace. There's the, if you read that, I have a history with Mr. Peace.
Oh, dude. Oh shit.
Yes.
Mike just handed me a series of emails.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dealing with one Sean Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You know the framed thing upstairs in my living room that it's like red, it says Nikki Sixx, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, if you look at that, Sean's name might even be on that, and it's got my name on there, a plaque, because I have royalty ownership in this book by Jake Brown, An Education in Rebellion, that they were trying to get done at the time. And if you look at the associate producers there, associate publishers, see that?
Yeah, Michael Walters.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm big time, dude. Down in there, you see it.
Yeah.
And I was pissed because Nikki Sixx came out and made comment afterwards and was bitching about this book and
Oh,
what the shit it was.
no.
And I was like, dude, I thought I was helping like get this autobiography out there. He was all pissed off about it.
Oh.
And I would have never invested. And at the time, yeah, you guys probably don't give a shit in the least about this story.
No, I don't. I find it interesting. I guess.
This book, as I used to collect, would if I had money, but I used to collect like Motley Crue shit, like old albums and vinyls and rare collectibles and whatever. The original book that Jake Brown wrote on Nikki Sixx is impossible to find. It's worth a lot of money. It's filled with misspellings. It's a nightmare. It's like a 5-year-old word. It's the biggest piece of shit ever. And I couldn't find it. And so I was trying to track down. Yeah.
You always gotta throw a little shot in, like.
I tried to track down Jake Brown, the guy who originally wrote it. I was trying to book an interview with him, and I was trying to weasel a copy of it. I wanted to find it, and I figured, the guy that wrote it probably has a couple copies laying around. Maybe I can weasel one from him. Well, in my trying to find him, I found out that they were re-releasing it, which isn't as good, but I still wanted it.
Right.
I still wanted it and whatnot. But they were doing this thing. He had teamed up with a guy named Sean Peace from a company called Songvest. Now, what Songvest was doing, which is now bankrupt, was doing basically the same thing as this company, his new company.
Oh,
His
wow.
old company, Songvest, was offering publishing rights and percentage points that you could buy in songs so you could get publishing rights. Now, with this thing, it pisses me off because, A, my name is mentioned in here, which I don't care about that. I don't. And you're going to ooh and laugh at me, but seriously, I don't. But what pissed me off is you see this, my name and then Wakefield and Alex Wakefield and Deanna Wakefield and blah, blah, all these 5 other people. It makes it look like we each invested blah, blah, blah. Well, when it came down, there was an auction for it, and I ended up winning the auction. Okay? Am I boring you to tears?
No, it's just,
I ended up winning the auction, and for like $3,000, okay, was going to give them $3,000 so they could make this book. And if you read in here, special thanks to our without their financial help,
Right.
would have never been able to make this book. Probably all bullshit, anyways. But I get a note from Sean Peace then, and it's like, yeah, this other guy that didn't win the auction was really excited, and is there any way you'd be willing to take a smaller piece and let him have, you can, whatever you want, we'll do. If you just want, you want it, so if you want to just keep it all to yourself. And I was like, whatever, I'll pay the majority of it, but if he wants to throw in a few $100 and get his little 0.5% of something, that's fine. And so they're like, all right, cool. So I ended up paying $3,000. This guy ends up getting 6 other fucking people, comes up with $1,000 between the 6 of them, got equal credit billing in the
What?
all of them, and then on top of it, got the same plaque award thing that's hanging in my room.
Are you serious?
Are you shitting me?
yeah,
I was
sure
being
you
a
hire
nice
royalties,
guy.
right?
You son of a bitch. Dude, as a sweetener to the deal when this originally came out, Jake Brown, the author of this hunk of shit, said, yeah, for the original investor, just me, for the main investor, I will give not only 30% royalties or whatever it was of this book, for I'll give you $1 per copy sold for the first 3,000 copies. So if this book sells 3,000 copies,
You get your money back.
which it would, I make $3,000 right off the top. That has nothing to do with my investment that I'll get back and future royalties. To date, that was years ago, I've seen a royalty check for $36, and then the company went bankrupt and by law had to come up to some agreement, and they put $900 into a PayPal account for me. And they're like, yeah, we never heard back from you, so here's your PayPal account with $900 in it. And now I open up the paper and read, yeah, Sean P says this brilliant new publishing company.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, yeah, I bet it's just dandy how great that thing's going to work out. So,
But dude,
Oh wow.
you know, it just shows how it does draw your interest, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a neat idea, and you can see why people susceptible to that sort of thing would fall into it.
well, it's funny. At the time,
That's what's amazing.
I know exactly what you're At the time, I was talking a lot with Novak, right? Mike Novak, our agent, God rest his soul. But at the time, I was like, Mike, what do you think about this? I had him look over everything. I was like, is this a scam? Is this bullshit in any way? He's like, well, it's not a scam, but what are you trying to get out of it? Are you trying to make money? And I said, no, not really. I want to be involved in the process. I want to help support for the book, and it'd be kind of fun to have publishing rights, you know. And who knows if it does well? Who knows? Maybe you make some money, maybe not. He's like, well, if you're trying to make money, I'd say bad idea. If you're looking for a writing credit and the thing and blah blah blah, then have fun with it. Knock yourself up, but don't expect anything in return. And so that was my mindset. So I wasn't looking to make any money or my money back even.
Just didn't want to get scammed.
Yeah, and I guess the only thing that's different about this versus what that article is there, that's music publishing. Now, this book I'm holding isn't going to be played on the radio anywhere.
Yeah, the music has a wide variety of uses, right?
Right.
It could be in a commercial.
But
use it in a movie, who knows?
I'd still be very skeptical about what that is worth. Because you hear any band guy you talk to that's been around for years, you go, oh, do you still see royalty checks? The joke they'll all say is, oh, yeah, I still get my 2 cents every 6 months. I still make my pennies every year. So, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting story, and the concept is cool.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine your favorite band?
Yeah, you own a little piece of a song. Or
Yeah.
Sweet.
It'd be really cool if you think, you know, and there were some bands on there that they were selling rights to. Some pretty big songs. I can't remember them at one point. We should look into it and find out.
So when you get those emails from like guys in Africa, you just go ahead and cut a check.
You're an asshole. I sought this one out, you son of a bitch. I didn't get taken by anybody.
They're usually Nigerian, I think.
Good luck, Jonathan.
Yeah. See, you're susceptible, dude. I'm worried about you.
God!
I'm worried about you.
Don't be worried about me. I'm fine. I went into this. I knew exactly what I was
Eyes
getting
wide
into.
shut.
Yes, eyes wide open. You got to get out of here, don't you?
He's just gonna rail you and leave like that.
I know. That's all right. I got his credit card numbers. I'll just pick you up a couple shares of this 3 doors down.
That's 3 doors down. Sounds great. See you guys.
All right, pal. We'll see you tomorrow. Drive careful, Jay.
You got it.
All right, buddy. What do you got? Practice or game tonight?
Meeting. I gotta go to. So
Meeting? You in trouble?
yeah, it's about tryouts this week coming up. More youth soccer.
Boring.
Is it about your yellow card from the other day?
We'll talk about that later.
Wait,
Okay.
did you get a yellow card?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. See,
I
I got him. I got him as he's going out now. Now everyone knows that Jay got a yellow card. Coach.
Yeah, I want to hear about that. We'll slide over, Eric. Maybe we'll do a couple Ask Erics real quick.
Hey, stay out of that seat.
It's gonna be weird if I'm sitting over there, Jay. Ooh, finally back in the big chair.
Well, I'll save this one. I did have a couple that I thought were rather interesting for Ask Erics.
Dude, this is why you can't. This is why his voice. He has these headphones so low that he probably thinks he's talking.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. We need to teach him how to do it. He's always doing this too.
I know.
Dealing with it, not getting comfortable.
I know.
It's hard. It's hard to get used to talking with headphones on.
Yeah.
What I told Jay, what people are told when they first start in radio is just take one headphone off. Take one off so you can hear yourself talking. To me, it's really uncomfortable. I hate doing it. But for people starting out in radio or in music, putting headphones on and hearing it come back into your
Yeah.
head through a microphone and through the speakers in the headphones, it can throw you off.
That was the one good thing. There were, a lot of people slam it. There was more than a few good things about Specs, and one of them was that within the first week you started doing practice radio shows. So even though it's weird, you know what I mean. By the time it was within the first week you were already putting a set of headphones on and talking into something. So you got used to it pretty fast, and I thought that was a really good thing.
Yeah, I don't remember ever. I guess the very first time I did a break at a radio station, like turned on my own microphone
Yeah.
to a break, it was probably a little odd then, but
It never really seemed odd to me,
yeah,
to be honest.
really.
But I will say, like I said, though, I think that was a good there was a few positives of Specs, and I thought that was definitely one of them, because by the time I got into anything else, I wasn't even doing it. So
All right, you ready for your question?
do it.
Okay. Dear Eric, I accepted a request, and this is, I think, from this week, actually.
Oh wow.
Actually, it was to Dear Abby. I accepted a request from my brother to watch his cats while he was across the country for a few months. In that time, one of them matured and started marking territory all over my house.
Oh no.
The dilemma was taken care of with a trip to the vet after permission from my brother. My brother now insists that because I accepted responsibility for the cats in every way, in his absence, that I shouldn't expect reimbursement for the professional carpet cleaning or cleaner that I rented or the vet bill I paid. Am I in line to expect to be paid back?
What? No. Why would because you take responsibility does that just mean like she's doing you a favor by watching? No, yeah, you're doing a favor by watching someone's pet. Because if you didn't do it, either someone else was going to do it, and they're just going to sit in your house.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, absolutely should be paid. What a load.
What kind of piece of shit brother
Right.
do you have that's like, no, you're watching the cats, you're responsible.
Yeah, my hands are redundant.
Oh, that's...
And especially, I mean, the house, of course, but the vet bill.
Yeah.
Why is she responsible for the vet bill? Because she hit. Well, if you're watching the cats, anything that happens to them is it's on you because I'm not there.
Yeah, it's shitty, man.
That's ridiculous. Wow.
Yeah, I agree.
I would just, you know what I would do? I'd take, if he's still gone, I would take the cats and go back to his house and just say, well, okay then, you know what? Okay, don't worry about the money, but I'm not doing this and have a fun time.
Yeah, there you go. Or take him over there and make him piss all over.
Well, that'd be the ideal situation, obviously. I would maybe take him over there and I just don't get rid of the litter box and oh well.
Eric, my husband has a male coworker, Bo, who comes to our house occasionally. Excuse me, Jesus. We have two bathrooms, one of which is in our bedroom, the other is in the guest bedroom. When Bo needs to use the restroom, he goes into our bedroom and uses ours. He never asks, he just goes in. Even after I have pointed out the guest bathroom, it creeps me out. I feel like he's invading my personal space. I think it's rude. Bo is intimidating. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. Please tell me what I can do.
God, what a weirdo.
Yeah.
Why would you do?
I hate people like that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. What would you do? What would I do?
Are you on camera or no? Why are you not on camera? Here, I'll get you in.
I thought I. There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's my fault again. As usual.
Yep.
When I reset it, I swear I was looking at that thing. Well, I wasn't, obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
That's the answer to that I wasn't. God, what would you do? For one, make your husband freaking do this thing, I guess. I definitely wouldn't be doing it myself. I'd lock it. Find a way to put a lock on it. That's actually... Put a lock on it and just
that's
lock
not a
it.
bad idea.
Well,
Or go, hey, dipshit, get out of my bathroom.
Right.
That's why I have a bathroom down there.
Right.
This is my bedroom. Beat it.
I wonder if I mean, I know this is so into a stupid question, so sometimes I delve into stuff way too much maybe sometimes, but I'm assuming that the bathroom is not connected. If it's their bathroom, you have to go through their bedroom to get to it, I would imagine. I'm doubting that. Maybe not, though. Maybe it has another door, two doors to it. Lock it. That's what I would probably do. Just get a lock and lock it.
Yeah.
And then when he says, oh, it's locked, then there's another one.
Well, you got to think someone that's that brazen, that's that over the line is probably like that in a lot of respects.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy that's just going to walk into your house.
Yep.
That's the guy that's just going to start going through your cupboards. That's the guy that's going to... Now, I'm not pointing out like here. Like, obviously, we're all working here in you guys, kind of come.
But I would, even as well as I know you, I would never think to go up to your office and look in your desk or something. Never.
Yeah.
I would even if you told me to get something up there, I would be very, okay, so you're saying the right desk. I wouldn't just never take that liberty that I would just.
It's funny you say that because I feel the same way. Like going to people's houses, I never, ever want to even give the perception,
right,
or it could be mistaken that I was like snooping through. Like, first off, I just don't give a shit about other people and what they're doing. I don't care, so I'm not looking for anything. I'm not looking to find something like, oh wow, I wonder what they're into, blah blah blah.
Right.
But it just creeps me out. It weirds me out, and I can't believe how many people are like that though. That love snooping around and shit and. Going where they don't belong. It's just weird to me. It really is weird to me, and I don't know what that is. If it's just the way they were raised, or I don't know. But I would have no problem telling some beau in this church, like, "Hey, get out of here. What are you doing?"
I mean, yeah, maybe the first time where you say, "Hey, by the way, this is the guest bathroom." I guess maybe once.
Even once.
Right.
No. Your bedroom, bathroom.
Yeah.
Everybody would know. Come on.
Nobody know. Yeah, as if.
Yeah.
God, somebody. I don't know. I just hate people so much sometimes, I guess.
Yeah. What was there? Was another one I was going to read for you. Well, we'll pass on that one. Did you see more? And we'll wrap it up with this. Lessons from the Jonah Hill Apology Tour. They're still breaking down that old Jonah Hill Apology Tour.
Shoot me! I swear to God, shoot me! The problem is we both agree with this, so we'll end up just being you and me just yelling at each other that we agree. Mm-hmm. I recently was with a friend like that where I was discussing something, and we ended up starting yelling at each other, and then finally we realized, dude, we both agree. Why are we even? So that's what this could be. But I just agree with you 1,000,000%. And the problem is with this stuff is nothing goes back. So you know what? Now that he made saying this word, saying faggot one time as big as it is, nothing goes back. Nothing. The cat's out of the bag. Whatever as they say.
Yeah.
So it's like now, I don't know.
It just doesn't stop, and it seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse. And a lot of things tend to get to a certain point, and then they change. There's a kickback. People fight back against things.
Right.
I don't know if that's ever going to happen with this. I think we just live in a uber sensitive pussy society. We've been talking about it for years, and this is where it goes.
I agree with Jay, by the way, though, on that, in a sense that I do not think that's the majority. I just think that there's a loud enough minority, or the machine, quote unquote, that he's like. In the sense, I really think if you did, and like you always say, like anonymous polls, the idea of how many people are really bummed out by this stuff, and people weren't, I think more than most people would just be like, whatever.
Well, I don't know who we're apologizing to all the time.
Right.
For an apology to be sincere or to work, you need to be apologizing to somebody for something. I just don't know who the victim is in this case. If he yells, "Suck my dick, faggot," to some cameraman, is there anybody outside of that cameraman who reads that quote somewhere in the paper and is absolutely offended and deserves an apology and needs it? And hears that apology from Jonah Hill and goes, "Thank God he apologized. I was really hurt by that."
That's the best point.
It's bullshit.
That's you're right. That not only that someone would read it, be so offended that Jonah Hill made a remark like that. And then, but you heard the apology, and then we're like, okay, I can watch Jonah Hill again or something.
It's so...
I can't imagine.
It's bullshit. It's insincere. It's not real. It's why we keep talking about that, like, who is this minority that comes off so loud, and does the general public want this or care? Of course they
24-hour news cycle.
They just don't. Yeah, you need to fill the news with something. And so you end up getting... But the problem is, I think it's becoming the norm where it's happened so often that people feel like, oh, that's what I have to do. That's what I need to do to get back in the good graces of people. I need to apologize. and get this groveling mess of an apology. Come on.
You know the one that always bugged me?
Stop it.
The one that always really bugged me was when Paula Deen, and I'm not even going to say good or bad, whatever she said, but when she was on the Today Show, and remember Matt Lauer was really hammering her, just like, are you a racist? Paula Deen, are you a racist? And I just was thinking in my mind, like, for one, imagine as if Matt Lauer's never made an off-color joke before in his life. And the other thing is, just recently, wasn't that he had the affair where he knocked up some girl during the Olympic coverage? Remember that? I thought
maybe.
I really thought so. I could be wrong, but I really thought Matt Lauer got into some shit. So my point being, like, so, like, who is he? Like, this idea that he has never made an off-color joke in his life, never to his friends has he said something.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Well, I don't understand what it is about this society right now that is seems to be getting off on this, making people stand up and be accountable for these comments and like why as adults are we doing this to each other and expecting this? Well, he better apologize. Like, for what? Did this hurt me in some way? Was I somehow offended? Even if I hate the word faggot, which, by the way, I don't. I love the word. I think it's a great word. But if I was offended by that word, would Jonah Hill's apology have meant anything to me? Of course not.
He's not. Yeah,
it's not personally directed at me. I mean,
No.
Who cares? We're all adults here. We've heard the word before.
Right.
We have. So what we have adults apologizing to other adults, not for something that's illegal, but for something that perhaps maybe someone somewhere was offended by. Yeah, it's
Again, I think especially with you and me very specifically, I know at this point we tend to be very much on the same opinion. I'm just somebody who the same thing, like, I don't know what would offend me. I actually, when we were talking about this the other day, I was coming home, I literally was trying to think of something that someone could say that would offend me to the point where I really was that concerned about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there must be something, I guess, but nothing in a mass thing. I mean, not counting maybe someone on my Facebook saying, hey, your mom, oh, Fady, your mom's a slut and I was having sex with her. I mean, I don't know, but in a mass media, a person of mass media, something they could say that I would really just be like, yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
I just can't really. I'm sure there's maybe something, but I can't think of one.
But and that's keeping in mind that we're two people that are very much supporters of the First Amendment rights, and
that's what I said. We tend to be. This is maybe the one thing we agree the most. If there's one thing you and me agree the most on, it's this.
It's important, especially for what we do. It's a big reason why I started this podcast.
Right, because you don't have to worry about
the writings on the wall of where it's going in mainstream media. And the bigger problem is you just don't know. Every company now has turned into this giant pussies. And the other thing is, and we used to bitch about this every time, and I've probably said this many times before, so I apologize, but we used to have these meetings with the lawyers, and they would have it'd be Drew and Mark and Mike Clark and me and Trudy, and we'd be on the phone with we'd be in this big conference room, and they'd have a phone set up, and there'd be all top management, and then there'd be lawyers out of New York and Washington, D.C., female, male, and we'd have these hours-long discussions about what's acceptable as speech goes and what words are, and I'll never forget asking over and over and over again, Drew, Mark, me, all of us, asking, okay, well, what is okay? We're the ones that have to do a show. We're the ones talking into a microphone and having people listen to us. So where is the line? It used to be shit, piss, cocksucker, cunt, motherfucker.
Right.
You avoided those words. Basically, you could say anything else.
Right.
You could say anything. And you got creative with the way you worded things, and that was the game, and it was fun. But now we're in a world, and they couldn't tell us. Well, it's a gray area, and you just don't go there. And it's like, well, wait a minute. That's easier said than done. We're doing 5 hours of talk radio, spontaneous live talk radio.
And if you have to sit there in your head for every second, every word coming out of your mouth,
worry that oh God, did I? And you never know where those they're landmines. And you never know when the wrong person's going to hear it, tape record it, send it in, and holy hell breaks loose. And I remember having one of those meetings. I probably shouldn't even say this, but In one of those meetings, it wasn't the one where we established that Butt Mike was a character, and since Mike gave it a voice, that technically he legally was allowed to do Butt Mike because it was no longer just a fart and bodily. It wasn't excrement or a bodily function, which is off limits. Anything like piss or shit, any of those stuff is off limits. But since Butt Mike was a known character and established as a character who was interpreted as like a puppet almost, that could fly. That was an actual meeting. We've told that story many times.
Yeah.
But in this meeting, they were like, well, you can't say these words and that words, and they gave us this list of words that we couldn't say, I was like, okay, well, what about in songs? Like, are there any songs? As long as we avoid the 7 words.
Right.
Well, then you're safe. And I said, okay, so I can put a rap song in that says nigger in it. And they're like, oh, no, absolutely not. I said, well, wait a minute. You said you know what illegal words are. Is there anything illegal about the word nigger? Well, yes, it will not be said on Greater Media airwaves. I said, well, I understand how you personally feel. Is there legally anything wrong with the word nigger? Legally. And she's like, it will not be said on Greater Media.
That's
after
not the
about
question,
4 times, it was like, okay, you're not getting the question. There is a point to me asking this. There is a point. If a listener calls up and said it, do we have to dump it? Or do we have to worry that something illegal has happened on our airwaves? They won't answer that question. And that's the problem with so many of these. They can't answer those questions for you.
Right.
And but it was fun. I mean, Mark and I are literally kicking each other at the table and laughing about this. Making them say these words.
I always love that. Reminds me just of that scene in the Stern movie. I always love that scene where he gets him on about the words, and then he ends up to get around him. He plays like what's that Hollywood game?
Like cock-a-doodle.
Yeah. I had a big. I'm a big. Right. Yeah. So they just say cock, but they're really saying cock, and that just reminded me of that. I always loved that scene.
It's a great scene. It's a great scene, and there's probably a lot of truth to that scene.
It's a very genius way. It just, to me, was one of those really kind of cool but nerdy things about the idea. And when you say that, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Pussy Willow, I remember they had pussy because they were talking about trees, but they said, Pussy Willow. So.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, here with Jonah Hill, he makes this slathering bullshit apology, and it ends up just getting applauded by everybody. Brian Alexander has.
Wouldn't you love in this situation to get Jonah Hill in a room, nobody else there, and just really be like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, tell me this is bullshit. At least, honestly, God, even if he would never be able to tell anybody else, I would get some satisfaction if I could get him in a room and just admit to me that yes, it's bullshit, but I had to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know it's stupid, but I would.
I can promise you, because we've had this happen many times before, where we've talked to actors in situations like this off the air and asked them, dude, for real. And I can't think of any examples right this second, but definitely there would be people like, oh, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Of course.
Right.
That would absolutely tell you the truth. Jonah, I would bet, would be one of those that if you got him off mic, would go, dude, come on, man. I was getting so much pressure. I've got this new movie coming out.
Right.
I had to.
Right.
I didn't have much of a choice. I
know it's like
it's
kind of a moral victory, but it would make me feel a little better. I don't know why, but it would.
Yeah, but for people like us, it's like, no, you stand up to that.
Right.
Shit.
I agree.
That's how I feel. But I guess he had his reasons. But they say on the Tonight Show, the audience breaks into giddy laughter from the moment he walks into the room, and he said he was his voice broke in contrition, dramatically changed, blah, 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 talking all about his entrance there. The actor said he's always supported gay rights and regretted letting...
Since his birth, by the way, right? Since his birth.
Mm-hmm.
Since a kid.
And letting the community down with this offensive outburst. How is that any different than... I have a lot of black friends. I know I said it the other day.
I know, it's not. Why? So because you have a lot of gay and lesbian friends?
Yeah, I always supported gay rights, and I always have. I have lots of black friends. Some of my best friends are black.
We played We played movie clips where he said the word. In his apology, he says words, it doesn't matter what the context whatsoever is. Words are bad. He has said it in movies before, so how is...
And they reach a hell of a lot more people than some stupid TMZ video.
Than most people, a lot of people probably maybe didn't even see.
Hill looked as heartbroken as he says he was. The no return tour, this kind of full-on apology is not something that happens again. There is forgiveness, and I would argue increased respect for taking such profound responsibility for a wrong, but that will get wiped away instantly should Hill find himself back in the spotlight anytime soon. Having a bad day doesn't reflect who I am as a person, Hill told The Guardian. True, but there cannot be more bad days. Says who?
Right.
Who are you?
Are we why? Because he's an actor and he's somewhat popular. For one, but would he not be allowed another slip in reality? Like, now, granted, because of what he did, he got to set himself up here. But in reality,
yeah,
I just think the judgment of somebody, as if, I don't want my house recorded, but as if you didn't go into everybody's house and record conversations. Oh. My God.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a break.
Well, I think you're right. He set himself up for a problem here because now he's forever on tape saying, I will never. Oh, I promise we'll never use that word again. Blah,
I said that to Jay. I said he can.
Insane. Why would you set yourself up to never make that mistake?
He can never. I've said that to Jay. I didn't know if he said it on here now, but either way, he can never say faggot again, and have someone hear it. Yeah. Almost.
Yep.
And in this day and age where someone, at any party you're at, anywhere you're at, someone could be recording something. Mm-hmm. What if he gets caught 2 weeks from now? Just kind of, a fucking faggot.
I would love to hear from some of our gay listeners. Send us an email, thedetroitcast@gmail.com. Any of our gay listeners out there, honestly. And if you were, I want to know that too. Were you honestly offended by Jonah Hill saying, suck my dick, faggot, to a random cameraman paparazzi in Hollywood?
Right.
Seriously. And there's plenty of gay people listening to us right now. I've talked to many of them. And I think we will find that they'll be more disgusted than anybody at this stupidity.
It's funny, you played the Louis C.K. thing the other day. And I just was, when I was doing stuff earlier, it was still up. So randomly, I just kind of scrolled down some of the comments, and there was a few from people saying, I'm gay, and I'm glad he finally came out and just, this is right. It's like, they were not everybody, but there was a few gay people even on that, just a few that I saw on that Louis C.K. bit. They were like, yes, this is right. There's, he's,
yeah.
It doesn't mean that he's making
fun of
faggot. Right.
He said it in a way that we've all tried to say it for years. Like, wait a minute, we've all said that since we were 5. It has nothing to do with being gay. That's not what the point is. You're taking it out of context for what, well,
yeah.
He nailed it. Hill's moment was a reminder that many of us play a role in the complicated celebrity ecosystem. It could be as simple as actively not participating by not clicking on the latest celebrity meltdown link. Each click is money in the pocket of the people who run this sideshow. What?
So, what?
So
so it's TMZ's fault?
Yeah, and we're supposed to just not click on it?
As if.
Yeah, like no one's going to do that. How about people just stop being pussies and faggots about it and not worrying about it?
Right.
How about that? The problem is nobody's going to come out like us and talk about how absurd it is to be apologizing to other people.
Yeah.
About, like, seriously, who is your target audience? That's what I want to know. I know we're repeating ourselves here, but who is the apology like that to?
I said it the other day. I mean, it's one of those things where you don't. I'm not going to go out on a big thing and say that our podcast is the only one that's going to take that view. But man, I have to say, wouldn't you think
there are a few,
maybe a handful in the country?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be that many.
Yeah.
Because most people are just going to do like you said, the safe, especially the safe radio. You know what they'll do on morning shows. Oh, what a great job! Blah blah blah.
I flipped on the show that Opie and Anthony out of New York.
Yeah.
That satellite show that I like because they're able to say whatever the hell they want to without
if I got
handcuffs.
If I had satellite, I wish I had satellite for that alone actually.
Yeah, it's a really good show, very smart, and it's not for everybody, just like our show isn't. But they were having the same conversation as us, almost verbatim.
Yeah.
Like literally almost identical to what we were saying.
Oh, if there was a show if you asked me a show, I would even say them before Stern would be saying it. Well, he did the apology on Stern, and Stern pretended like he cared.
I'm
guess.
shocked at that.
But if there was someone that you would say would be taking ours on that side, Opie and Anthony would be one that I would have said,
Yep.
They would not be worried about freaking saying what they wanted to say.
No. And like us, they've said it for a long, long time too. They're big into that. Like, hey, we got to knock this shit off. We're apologizing as grown men, grown women, adults apologizing to other adults, and feel the need to go on national television and apologize.
Well, why was the horse guy up here? Why is he on Good Morning America to apologize to all the horse guys all over the world?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that. And someone that so flipped scripts. I mean, for 2 days he was screaming, "Hell, not no! I mean, hell no! I know. I feel the same way." And then now he's crying on Good Morning America, apologizing.
How did he go? That guy? Whatever. How did he go from, like you said, hell yeah to crying? So.
Yeah, I don't know, buddy.
Whatever.
Well, send us your feedback in a form of the email. That'd be great. The DetroitCast@gmail.com. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know what you got coming up tomorrow, don't you?
What?
I'll have seen Minivan USA.
Yeah. Lakes
Minivan USA. I'll see them take the stand.
That's tomorrow morning. You're down there.
Yeah.
What time are you heading down?
It's at 8:45, so I gotta get there.
I saw a couple of our listeners had written like, "What time's he going down?"
I saw that too. I was like, "Oh my god."
If you guys go down there, please do not laugh out loud in court and make a scene and represent the Detroit Cast.
Hey, I put on a nice shirt last time.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. I know you'll behave. But yeah, if you go down there, please represent the fine Detroit Cast. The upstanding.
I'm so excited. It's so ridiculous in my life that I'm having a moment where I'm going to watch.
That's awesome.
I love it.
I can't wait to talk to you about it.
I know. It makes my morning.
Lakes Minivan USA.
I'm going to have a hard time. I know. I'm going to have a hard time sleeping tonight.
Oh, man. I hope you can't take pictures.
I know. I'll take notes, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if that's not a teaser for the next show, I don't know what is. And we'll do that and lots more coming up on Wednesday. So enjoy Lakes Minivan USA.
I will.
And we'll get a full report next show. We'll do that tomorrow on the Detroit Cast.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
The minute I freaking heard her adjourn the other day, but then said like, "Oh, he'll be on 8:45 that Tuesday." I was like, "Oh